Good morning on this Saturday. Thanks so much for checking in with us. Here's what it looks like right now in the city of Atlanta. It feels like fall out there. It is a beautiful start to the day. It is chilly though. Good morning. I'm Megan Packer here at Atlanta News First, and we will check in with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi coming up in just a moment. There are so many different activities happening out and about across the region, so we know that you're making those plans. We know you want to know what the forecast will be, so we will get you up to speed with everything in just a little bit. But we do want to update you on what's making news this morning. And of course, one of the big talkers today is it is baseball time in Atlanta. Specifically, we are talking about postseason baseball, Braves and Phillies. The Braves host the Phils tonight at home at Truist Park. This is the first game of the series. And so this is a 6:07 game tonight, game one of the NLDS at Truist Park. There is plenty to do if you're heading out there to the Battery. So much to do and see if you go out hours before the game. If you're going into the ballpark, if you're lucky enough to have tickets to the game, there are new menu items, there are new drinks, there are new food items to check out. So it'll be a great night. And again, we've got the Braves forecast coming up in just a moment with Courtney. And also, the airport says that yesterday was a very busy day in Atlanta. Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, always a busy day. However, the TSA says that yesterday was the busiest of the year as far as how many people their agents screened. They saw 100,597 people yesterday go through security. That is the most for the year, but it is short of the overall record by a couple thousand, they tell us. The airport says TSA checkpoints are fully staffed, and they, as always, are encouraging you to come out 2 to 3 hours early. But still, we know there have been some long lines, and one woman tells us that she still missed her flight, and even getting there that early wasn't enough time. So, an airport spokesperson says fall is almost like the new summer travel season with how busy it's been right now, and kids on fall break out of school. So just keep that in mind if you are heading to the airport to do some traveling or perhaps picking anybody up anytime soon. Also, of course, we're keeping an eye on what's happening with the strikes in Hollywood that is, of course, affecting the film industry here in Georgia. Negotiations continue for the actors. The Los Angeles Times is reporting that while the two sides, we're talking about the actors union and the major studios, are not near a deal yet, the talks have been productive and that high-ranking executives have showed up. So they met a few days last week, and they are expected to pick back up on Monday. We told you the writers struck a deal. So now all eyes are really on what's happening with the actors' strike. All right. Here's something else that caught our attention today. We are talking about the Powerball jackpot. Do you have your tickets? It's $1.4 billion. Let me check here. The cash option, $614 million. So that drawing is tonight. You've got plenty of time to go out and pick up 1, 2, 10 tickets. And let us know if you win tomorrow. We'll see what we'll be talking about this time tomorrow. So make it a great day. Thanks for checking in with us. Let's show you another live look here over the city as we bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. It is chilly out there, Courtney. If people are going out right now to take a walk or, get ready for the game, that's still hours away. We need to dress appropriately and accordingly. We're going to be feeling it.
Right. You'll need the jacket at least for the next couple of hours. Maybe a light jacket right now, but this evening, whether you're headed to the Braves game tonight, you're headed to the Georgia game tonight up in Athens, you'll need to pack that jacket with you. Maybe something a little thicker because we'll be in the 50s as those games are kind of wrapping up and everything. So prepare for it. It's going to be a really cool evening. But man, have we been waiting for this kind of weather, right? Something that's more seasonable and fall-like. This is just the kind of weather that makes us love this season so much here in North Georgia, right? So let's talk about it. We're going to talk about how cold we're going to be, who could see some frost tomorrow morning, and talk about when we could see some rain. We actually picked up a whopping 0.01 inches of rain at the airport yesterday. So we broke our streak of no measurable rainfall. Something is better than nothing, right? And we'll continue to add on to that as we go through the week, which is really good news. We could use the rain. Let's first talk about the cooler air because that is the big story this weekend. Notice up in the plains and in the Midwest, they're in the 40s and 50s. We're now in the 60s, but notice down towards the coast, Destin, Charleston, New Orleans, they're still in the upper 70s, the mid to upper 70s, New Orleans in the low 70s. So that cool air not quite making it there yet. That cold front is currently draped just to our south, kind of over central Georgia, but we are starting to get that cooler air that's to our north spill in. We call it cold air advection in the meteorology world. So that cold air is going to continue to sink in and settle in through the day today. So naturally, our cold fronts move in from northwest to southeast. So if you are north and west of the city, you'll be a little cooler today. South of the city, you'll be a little warmer, generally in the low 70s. Down towards Eatonton, so Jasper, Putnam County, you'll be more so in the mid 70s this afternoon. But overall, the humidity will continue to drop. The breeze will continue to build. It's just going to be a really beautiful fall-like afternoon. Here's a look at those wind gusts. So anywhere between 25 to 30 miles per hour today. With the humidity that is going to be very low, we do have high fire danger in place, particularly in central Georgia and east Georgia, so over towards Athens, Oconee counties. You just want to be really careful if you were planning on doing any kind of bonfire or roasting marshmallows, grilling outside. You just want to be really careful. In fact, National Weather Service more so discourages it because anything could spark a fire and some sort of wildfire. So you just want to be really, really careful. That is on your agenda today. You really need to be paying attention at all times. So again, a breezy day. Here's a look at that high fire danger. So the pink shaded areas is what is under the red flag warning for the day today. But all of us are under some sort of special weather statement, which ultimately is, again, just cautioning you against burning because of the wind and the low humidity today and just how dry we've been recently. I know we did get that kind of drizzly day yesterday, but that's just not enough to help our ground be moist enough essentially to prevent us from being in any kind of high fire danger. So just again, something to keep in mind. Here's a look at that forecast for the Braves tonight. First game of the NLDS against the Phillies at 6 o'clock. It is going to be a spectacular night at the ballpark. Now, don't get me wrong, a little on the chilly side, mid 60s by first pitch. If you're headed there around 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll probably generally be in the mid to upper 60s. So really comfortable. But by the time the game wraps up, it's more than likely going to be in the 50s. So that's chilly, especially with the light breeze still around. It's going to be pretty cool at the ballpark tonight. So definitely jacket, long sleeves, pants, all the above. You'll need it. Don't go out there in your shorts and a jersey like you have been for the entire season. You're going to need something a little different today. Overnight lows tonight. So this is what we're waking up to tomorrow morning. 30s up in the mountains. So we do have a frost advisory for the mountains tomorrow from 2 to 10 a.m. 40s for most of us. So it's going to be the coldest air since May. Last time we had 40s in the morning was back in early May. I believe it's May 5th where we had a temperature below 48 degrees in Atlanta. Now, here's a look at that frost advisory. So again, from Fannin County over to Townsend Union County, down towards Helen and Dahlonega, Tallulah Falls, you're all underneath that frost advisory. Essentially, the National Weather Service decided to pull the trigger on this because the grape season is still going on. So grapes are still being grown. They're not fully harvested yet. We're not past that season. So with some frost possible up in the higher elevations of the mountains for any of our farmers who are still growing grapes and trying to keep them all protected for everyone to come walk through the vineyards and stuff, you probably want to take some extra precautions up there. If you're taking a trip up to the mountains, you're going to need a heavier coat if you're planning on waking up tomorrow morning by around 7, 8 o'clock. It's going to be very cold up there. Tomorrow afternoon, 60s for highs, really comfortable. Again, the coolest air since May. We haven't been below 70 since early May. It is definitely a change in the forecast pattern that we haven't had in a while. It's going to change how you have to dress and kind of plan for your day. Now, I know that sounds dramatic, but it's just been 5 months since we've had temperatures where you need a jacket, right? We're not in the winter time yet, but definitely feeling cooler. So we're just giving you that heads up. Now, here's a look at the rain chances through the week. There's a little bit of an asterisk with this. We're watching a couple of features. One is a low that's going to kind of spin up off of our front that is moving through right now. That front will eventually settle over about central South Florida, and a low could develop off of it kind of out near Texas. That could bring us some rain Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm putting small rain chances right now for Wednesday and Thursday, just kind of giving you a heads up that rain is possible both of those days. Friday, a cold front looks to move through the area. That could offer us a more widespread rain chance, as could that low though. So Wednesday or Thursday could end up fairly rainy, as could Friday. So we're just going to kind of keep an eye on it. What I've been saying is we are going to just want to keep the umbrellas in our cars from Wednesday all the way to Friday because it does look like we'll get some sort of rain. In fact, we could pick up some measurable rainfall, which would be great. We could pick up anywhere from a trace to about an inch of rain. I think area-wide we have the potential to maybe pick up a quarter of an inch to an inch of rain in some spots from the two features that we're watching. So overall, it'll be a really, really nice night ahead. I'm trying to get to my 7-day forecast, but clearly that is not wanting to pop up right now, but that is okay. There's a look at your weekend forecast. We'll get there. So breezy again today with the wind gusts anywhere 25 to 30 miles per hour through the afternoon. Once we start to heat up, that allows the air to mix and ultimately create a breezy day. And then tonight, temperatures again in the 40s. Tomorrow in the 60s. So that is a first alert. Again, we haven't had temperatures like that since May. So it's been a while since we've been that chilly. You're definitely going to want to prepare for that. Let me get you to your 7-day forecast quickly, and then we will show you right along. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Whoopsies. Of course, I pulled up the wrong one. Hold on, please hold. It's going to be a really nice week. As we head into the start of the week, we'll stay dry, but then again, those rain chances will return as we head into midweek and then continue into the end of the week. Here's your 7-day forecast. Sorry about that, y'all. Forgot to turn a button on that essentially allows me to just jump right to the 7-day. So here we are. Beautiful weekend. Get out and enjoy it. Make sure you have the jacket tomorrow morning and tonight if you have any plans, whether you're headed to Athens, headed to the Braves game, anything you got, dinner plans, you'll want a jacket. And then we'll start the morning on Monday. So as you're going back to work and school, I know it's Columbus Day, so some of you do have off, but if you don't, you'll need the jacket Monday. We will briefly go back near 80 Tuesday, and even as we head towards the end of the week, we could hit 80 degrees. The temperature by the end of the week is all dependent on the rain. If we get the rain Wednesday and we have more widespread coverage of rain, that'll leave us a little cooler for the second half of the week. If rain rolls in Thursday morning, that could impact the temperature. So from Wednesday to Friday, the forecast is just penciled in. But right now, again, just prepare for rain to come back to the forecast by midweek and potentially continue into the end of the week with temperatures back in the low 70s by Friday. So we have some beautiful fall-like air. We have some really seasonable temperatures to start the week. We also have some rain. So a little bit of something for everybody on this 7-day. I think it's a 7-day we can all get behind. All right, everyone, I appreciate you spending some time with us. We will catch you here next time.